Now, after finishing the fairy opera's New Wish, something kind of grabbed my attention. How Dave gotta erase his memories, but you're realizing it doesn't really make a difference if you erase his memories because Dave will never really learn his lesson, or at least gonna take a long while to realize that he's something really wrong with this kid now. In the series, at the very beginning, you see Dave always unhappy, always trying to buy people stuff or buy something for himself, but bought the whole lot of whatever people wanted and never give it to them. He wants some respect. He wants them to notice Dave. And that is just sort of kind of interesting because he doesn't say it, he just shows it in a sort of very weird asshole way that you think he's just so full of himself. But no, he's doing this one specific reason. It's the fact he feels empty. He doesn't really realize what is this empty spot, cannot really fill it until you realize who is Dave's or Dab's father, that how he acts, how he treats his father. You thinking, oh, he's trying to get his father approval or attention or prove to his father he is important. In a way, yes and no, but goes more complicated than that. If you can see the connections, who's Dave's father, the person who was sort of kind of abused by Vicky, sort of enslaved to make lemonade. Now he's free, but besides being free, he's sort of repeating the cycle what Vicky did to him, do it to his own son, and just continue the cycle over and over again till Dave actually has his own son or daughter and repeat the same mistakes. Till Dave kind of fully realize it, but yet he probably won't, at least for a couple more tries. Now, but it kind of reminds me, he still seems super familiar. I have seen this before. Oh yeah, he's actually Prince Zuko. At least another version I have, because he did not realize that the last couple of years, every single show attempted to kind of replicate Zuko, but can never really understand why Zuko actually works fulfillingly now words. And that's a lot of people dumbfounded. Every time you see a character acting like Zuko, they feel this is it, this is the point, and they kind of feel empty or disappointed. It's because it's sort of hard to really get how Zuko actually acts because he's not a villain, he's just sort of wants some respect to his own parent. Something very similar to that. And I think this is the reason why New Wish sort of get this maybe by accident or maybe by choice, because New Wish was a very particular scenario that they nothing expected of them. And maybe this is the reason why they could succeed so much. Of course, before I break it down even more, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animations, not just animations, the reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you'll like how it's going, you like to help my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, if you don't, that's fine. If you do, thank you. Because of you, I am getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I am getting close every single day because people put like, comment, and share. Thank you. I am completely grateful for that. Now let's get started of the breaking down of how Dave would never change or the similarities of Zuko. One or the other. I'm not sure how this video will go down. Now let's get started of the video. Now I feel fascinating that Dave has sort of the look. Like there is a specific episode that Dave finding out that fairy world was a thing and he wanted it so badly, but he didn't really realize why he wanted it. In fact, this is why the kid tell him every time he has a look, something bad will happen because he cannot control himself because he needs to fill that need. And that need is sort of confusing him to actually buy stuff or buy everything around him, but he doesn't really need it. On top of all this, Dav actually have a fairy godparent who is Perry, who is a completely in love with him. He wants to make him happy like a godparent to a child. But the only problem is Dab doesn't know what he wanted the wishes. The fact, the very beginning, the first time you met him, or at least the first wish he asked, is the cupcake. He really wanted a cupcake. Even that he is rich, he could probably hire a professional baker who just specifically make cupcakes for a living. He just wanted a cupcake. That would be easy for a fairy godparent. But no, that's the thing. He doesn't feel the cupcake was good. Every time he asked the same wish to Perry, he keep rejecting it over and over. In fact, Perry even mentioned that he got kind of overtired overnight because he couldn't stop making cupcakes because he couldn't find the right type of cupcake to dab. Easily to explain, he's still not full or satisfied, but he thinks he needs is actually to purchase or grab something that he thinks he needs while actually understanding his full personality. And that is just so interesting, sort of compared to, let's say, kind of Zuko, because let's face it, I said at the very beginning that both characters are very similar, but yet this series sort of get that sort of necessity, that sort of exploration of a character, that what is missing, and they show it constantly in different formats. Like there's one point that he just bought sort of pizzas, if I remember correctly, that Dave bought the whole pizzas all around the town, and he just bought it for himself. And everybody thought, oh, you bought it for the whole class of it, right? No, no, you have to give me something. You have to give me something in trade or something like that. He will not give it for free because that's how his father taught him. Because everything he does, he acts, is a reflection of his father. That he needs something in return. He needs to have a conversation. Even if he belittles you, he needs you to pay attention to him. And he thinks this is the only way to get that attention is sort of try to piss you off. Try to stop you get what you want, but you have to talk to me first. And that is just so interesting. Even though he given what he wanted, he's still empty aside. Yeah, I thought that's just sort of interesting because it's very similar to Zuko that he needs the avatar. He does everything. He went to the really a crazy point of his life, almost self-destructing, realized the front of him what actually wrong. But even that, he runs away or does something equally horrible because that's the only answer he actually could give. To compared to Dav, he does the same thing because he couldn't get what he wanted, so he kind of fired Perry and joined himself in the Pixies or anti-fairies. I'm sorry, to actually do rules that he wanted. Like he never fully understand what the rules is there because how filthy rich he is, and he easily break them without any side effects or punishments. And that is just sort of very interesting. Of course, just to remind you, the reason why he joins the anti-fairies is because he wanted a shirt to win this competition. Even that shirt is not really that special. It's like a normal kind of edition, kind of sports shirt that he wants it, but yet he's so 50 rich he could buy another edition or hire the company to make another special one just because he's rich. And he never realized it. In fact, Hazel pointed that out to him. And yet, no, he wants it that everybody wants it. And he doesn't really get it. And that's just sort of kind of fascinating. The reason why that's because it's sort of hard to really pull off the Zuko character. Because Zuko, every time people who think what Zuko is, he's sort of the villain. In a way, yes, but no. Zuko is not a villain. He's sort of an antagonist. But the antagonist who wants something the opposite of the being made lead hero. And that's what Dav is. He is the antagonist. He is the rival. He is the Yang versus Yang to Hazel to Dav. Because Hazel do see the issue. He tried to at least comfort him or understand his emotions. And even that Hazel attempted to be his friend, but that just automatically something small or disagreement, he went freak out because he didn't get what he wants. Even that he was feeling so much better, the reaction would give, it's not what I wanted. This is not what I want. I want fulfillment. And he doesn't get that. But because he sort of linked to his father, the sort of action would happen to him, to Vicky, that he sort of not fully grasps why he does that. Yeah, I thought that's sort of interesting because he does this a lot of different ways in the series to actually have the same birthday in Hazel, having buying all the pizza of the city so people could actually visit him and talk to him or trade something, or even trying to get something it's almost impossible to grab, even that he wants it. He even attempted to break the rules, even that you don't know that will satisfy him. It won't, but yet he still does it. In fact, the only time he felt actually crossed the line is with Hazel and his sister Fanabi. What he specifically did to Perry, that he understood that Perry did care about him, but he doesn't know how to react to it. Till he sort of dawned on him, yeah, I did something messed up. That he attempted to realize he needs to change in that moment. Or at least refix that mistake. But even that they attempted to keep his memory, not risk his memory, and punching completely different. I don't think he will actually learn again, or at least be very hostile with other people, or attempting not to. That will be still there. That he still need to keep working on it. Yeah, I felt that sort of kind of interesting because there is a lot of issue with this kid. You feel sad for him. Even you attempted, he would be angry because he didn't get just something like a bottle cap or a comic book that is not on sale. He would make a fit. But you kind of get why he had to. You have to know, understand, no, you can't get it. That's the rules. You can't get it because it's obvious the comic book is out of stock. You have to wait. And that is just sort of a very strange concept to Dave to understand because he usually get easily pleasure of little things. Like he wants something, he get it in less 2 seconds. And he thinks that's what fulfillment is a little bit, and that is completely wrong. Fulfillment you have to accomplish, or a relationship you realize someone is always backing you up. That sort of comfort feeling that doesn't matter what you do, you can come back to that person, like Hazel to Dab. And that's just interesting because you could easily compare this to Zuko because it's the same thing. The only difference is Zuko took way too long and way too many things to actually realize he screwed up, thanks to his uncle Cairo, who actually convinced him, yeah, finally you understand your situation. And I think this is the reason why Hazel is very important in the series, not because she's the main lead, it's because it's sort of the only one who quite understands Dab, besides Perry and the fairy godparents, that he is a troubled child. He just need some comforting, some direction, and understand the word no, and follow the rules. And that's it. But once more, this character is really hard to really pull off because everybody wants a Zuko, but never really understand how Zuko works because he's never a villain. He's sort of I think you could say, a victim of the chain of sort of harassment to Vicky, to his father, to him, and maybe in the future to his own kids, even that he never fully realized it. But once more, it's sort of interesting how they depict him, how he constantly shows he needs something, but he never fulfilled it. And that itself is a concept hard to pull off. Even that, I think, because it really works, because nowhere you expect that much in New Wish. That's why given so much room to actually impress people, because there is no kind of expectation when you first come out. And I think that's one of the things that really helps. But besides that, how you felt this sort of analysis? Do you think that Dave is very close to Zuko, or one of the best Zuko clones that actually was actually executed? Tell me down below, let me know. I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.